Hi, my name is Lou Martin, and this is my video log for March of 2010, and thank you for tuning in. So why I'm here with you is because I'm a spiritual counselor, an energetic healer, and I'm a channel for a group energy called the Pleiadians. So what I like to do is a kind of update on what I'm learning from Spirit and offer that to whoever's interested, and thank you for your interest. And then channel my guides for you as well. So this is the first part, and then we'll do two follow-ups to this introduction. So just to touch on some of the themes that I experience in my work in this way. One of the techniques that my guides have been talking about, well, a few ideas here. One, of course, is that 2010 is a very intense time, and that things are changing very quickly, and that part of the intensity of this time is to help us, the purpose of the intensity of this time is to help us make more conscious choices. So the idea is to make a more conscious choice to have a more conscious life. So the light is becoming brighter, and you can see that in your life in many ways if you're looking for that, and if you're open to that, which I imagine you are, otherwise you wouldn't be looking at this information here. And the darkness is also continuing to get darker. So what we're working on here is taking our power back, and by that I mean, again, using our free will, making more conscious choices. So what they've given me to work with here is three levels of energy, which is belief, understanding, and knowing, in terms of manifesting the kind of life that I want. And so on the surface of things is seeing what it is I believe, how deeply I believe it, and whether it's true or not. And in terms of health, finances, political power, spiritual growth, any of those things, of course, all of us have our own sets of beliefs. In this intensity, in the intensity of this time, we're being asked to make more choices every day, and again, those choices are demanding us to become more conscious of who we are. When you move beneath the level of belief, you come into a vibration of understanding. And understanding is the energy of being intimate with something, of being vulnerable with something, of actually coming out of your mind and into your heart, is how they want me to say that. And then when you move to the deepest level of knowing your truth once again, you come into the energy of knowing your truth. And so when you absolutely know, often I work with when I work with clients and friends and whatnot, people just know things, and we don't always know how we know things. And what my guides have taught me is this is the wisdom of our soul and the love in our hearts. This is what we've experienced in this and other lifetimes, which we have determined for ourselves is true. So when you come back to the depth of yourself, which is your spirit, you come back to knowing, you come back to truth, and from that place of knowing and truth and depth and all of that, there's a connection to peace. And within the intensity of these energies, peace is obviously at a premium. So anything you can do each and every day to come back to a deeper sense of connecting to your own personal peace is going to open you to greater knowing. It's going to open you to integrating in your heart this energy from your spirit of what you know from this and other lifetimes. And it's also going to then, from the inside out, help you to recalibrate your beliefs, so that it works both ways. It works both going within and then coming back out. So however people choose to go within, or to visualize, or to meditate, or to imagine, or to contemplate, or to however we do it, as long as it brings us back to peace, it's going to bring us back into that vibration of who we really are. And from that place of clarity, from that place of consciousness, we're going to be able to make more conscious choices. So what we do when we go within is we access our spirit, we access the depth of ourselves, we access who we really are here to be. And then as you touch into that, as you tap into that, because that energy is more of who you really are, it's more real, it's more powerful, it's truer, etc., etc. It has a greater impact on your life, your consciousness, your heart, your emotions, your mind, your beliefs, all of that, than the surface of things. than the outside, the periphery of things, etc., etc. So the idea is we're taking what we understand, what we accept, what we believe, we move it deeper into understanding, and you come back to a place in yourself of knowing. And how you know that you've done that is because when you come back into your conscious mind, when you come back from your journey into spirit, into your heart, into knowing and understanding, you feel that. You absolutely feel peace, love, inspiration, more centered, more confident, more conscious, and truly freer to make more conscious choices about what you believe, how deeply you believe it, and whether it's true for you now. So all of those ideas are the kinds of energies that I get to experience with my guides, and that's the information and the inspiration that I want to share with anyone who's interested. So I guess I'll leave that for part one. You know, the other thing they're talking about here, before I ring off, the other thing they're talking about here for part one is that when we're in the midst of crisis and when we're in the midst of chaos, of course, that's an energy, that's literally an energy, and that energy can be used to catapult forward. So if something's happening in my life or in your life that feels unpleasant or frightening or upsetting, you can actually take that information and bring that to your spirit and offer that up as a way of putting a log on the fire, if you will. Bless the situation, accept the situation, forgive yourself for creating anything unloving or unpleasant, and literally give that energy to your wiser self there, and offer it up. And in that offering it up, you can also ask or intend what it is that you would like to come out of the experience. So in other words, if things politically are feeling unstable, you can say, I want a greater sense of my own empowerment. Fantastic. If things are on the level of health, for example, feeling less stable, you can say, I want a greater sense of my worth. Whatever you want to, you know, the phrase from my guides is that spirit fills the cup that we hold out to them. Whatever we intend or invoke or focus on, that's where the energy in our lives is going to go. So the last message here is to be very deliberate how deeply and how often you entertain the world's drama out there, and to be very deliberate as well to take time and make space every day to go within, to reconnect with yourself, and to feel safe, loved, and supported so that you can listen to, trust, and follow your inner guidance. And as you do that, you come from an awareness that you are sovereign, that you are actually, you are the authority in your life to take your power back and to let Spirit work with and through you as an equal. Thank you so much.
1 minute left.
1 minute left, okay. So 1 minute left here. Yeah, so as you do that, as I say, you become more aware of your ability to make conscious choices. This is the theme I love talking about, that there's nothing that's more fun in life than healing. Healing is the experience of feeling, again, safe, loved, and supported. When we're wounded, when we're frightened, when we're in pain, it's because we have somehow judged ourselves, judged our situation, moved away from who we are. So as we let go of that attachment and surrender back into the experience of who we are, you come back to love, light, laughter, joy, peace, happiness, success, abundance. Peace and blessings. Namaste.